This is Wicked Rhody, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hello and welcome back. My name is Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben Castro. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. We are just plowing our way right through summer, and I'm sorry to have to use that term plowing if that conjures up any kind of thought process of winter.
You know, you could think of it as plowing your harvest, plowing your fields, right? Isn't that like a farmer term?
You do that before.
Oh, never mind.
You plow the fields first before you plant. Yeah, it's don't worry. You're a resident farmer here, or hack farmer. It's a reason why I'm not. But it's funny. I did get a lot of response on my Facebook page. So last week I had to go. Part of what I do. I mean, you and I. We have our own things that we do, for work. Mm-hmm. What I do is, I make videos for social media and different organizations and companies. And last week I had to do some stuff for my family's farm, which is the Castro Farms out there in Portsmouth. And I took a photo. I wanted to get up high over the field, while the tractors were going.
Yeah.
So I brought my Jeep and I put my tripod on top of the roll bars of the Jeep and, got up there.
A little precarious, yeah.
Give me a little bit of height. I think it was probably, at the end of the day, I was probably maybe 11 and 12 feet, high with the camera.
Nice.
Which is great. They're on the tripod. My Jeep's not 12 or 11 feet high. That's big. Maybe 10 feet. I don't know. Whatever. Regardless, I took a few photos. I put it up on the Ben DeCastro page, and the response I got, which was pretty cool, because there's a lot of people there who shopped or went to the stand, still do, the retail shop they have on East Main Road. They still go there, and they went there when my grandmother started the business in 1963.
Wow. So
it was pretty cool to see, that kind of a response.
Yep.
And it was great. So that was my last week. You had a fun week. You were, the jets and all across the United States.
All over the place, man. I went down to San Antonio, Texas, got to fly different ways to there. The first time I went through Baltimore, that from, TF Green. Thank goodness for TF Green. Can I just give a huge shout out to TF Green? If y'all don't fly that frequently, you just need to know that we have one of the best airports. It is just so easy. It is so beautiful, right? It's never like stuffy or cranky. And on the way back, so I flew down through Baltimore to get to San Antonio. On the way back, I flew through Chicago, and we had this wonderful, very short layover because it took a while to get off the ground in San Antonio. And man, the running I had to do, I was running with one girl. I flew out with one girl, and I said, this is like the scene from Home Alone when they're like, run, run, Rudolph, and they're just running through the airport like crazy maniacs. That was me. And I was like, where is TF Green when you need it? When it's nice and short and simple. This layover business when you're in these major airports is no easy thing. But yeah, down in Texas, I need to let all of you Rhode Islanders know this. In San Antonio, Texas, the weather felt better than it had when I left Rhode Island. Rhode Island, of course, we've been having, the last week at least, it was hot and humid. The humidity, of course, is what was killing us.
Wicked muggy.
The mugginess here made it so much more unbearable than when I was down in San Antonio. In San Antonio, Texas, I thought I was going to be like completely miserable. I had a meal outside. It was still hot. It was still humid, but it came nothing close to what I was feeling here in Rhode Island. So just know, guys, that we've been hotter than Texas.
And people outside, they have been. A friend of mine, he kind of got a little bit of heat exhaustion just working in his yard. You've got to be out there. You got to be drinking. I started doing these electrolyte tablets in my water. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I like Gatorade. I've always liked the lemon lime Gatorade. My wife can't stand it. She thinks it's the most disgusting flavor out there. And obviously there's a lot of sugar in it, and there's a lot of, so I got these NUN, N-U-U-N. I think we talked about this after the show last week. Mm-hmm. And what it is a little tablet. You put it into a bottle of water. And I don't like things that are strong flavored. Be honest with you, I just like plain bland. That I don't like too many crazy flavors. You have a mild
palate, yes.
I love the taste of lobster though, and fillet. So I break these tablets in half and put them in the water. Drink that throughout the day. Have one, and it's made a huge difference. I'm going to tell you right now.
A huge difference in what?
Meaning I feel more awake, more alert because the electrolytes are in the water. It's forcing me to drink more water, and B. When you just drink water without anything, you're kind of diluting your system. You need to have the electrolytes. That's when they've had those issues where people have done that water challenge trying to drink a gallon.
Yeah.
And it actually can kill you if you drink too much water in a short amount of time because it dilutes your body, the blood so much that the electrolytes, this is health living.
I'm like, I need to take notes.
It dilutes it so much that the electrolytes can't send the signals through your body, the electric electric pulses to the brain and all that other stuff, and that's what happens. That's when you start shutting down. So with the electrolytes, obviously that pumps it in. Tom Brady does it, so that's all I need to say.
That's all you need. That's all the advice you need is if Tom Brady does it, it's good.
Right, and it'll keep you looking as young as possible, and that way, when you turn like 100, like Aerosmith does, you don't have to go just resort to just doing a residency tour in Vegas, like they just announced earlier this week.
And can you handle that at their age?
God bless them. Right? Good for them. I say it as kind of a tongue in cheek thing, but this is awesome for them. This is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you want to see Aerosmith, which there's a younger generation that's growing up. I'm always amazed at how many people I see. Like last week, you had Billy Joel performed at Fenway Park.
Yep.
So many people younger than me, and we're both 37. So many people younger than us going to these concerts and living in it. So now. Aerosmith, if you ever wanted to see them, you can go see them soon in Vegas.
I love it.
Get right on that. Memo to any of the places out there in Vegas. You can certainly have Mary and I out there, and we'll do a promo. So
gladly.
We can go on and on about today's hot topics, but we want to get you some awesome events happening. So if you tuned in while you're on the road, working, getting errands done, or just listening, just relaxing. Just if you hear something that piques your interest, head over to the website. We have all the links there, wickedroadypodcast.com. Oh, Mary.
Yes, Ben.
Late in August is when all the really good fairs start to kick up, and none more important than this one, right? What's our wicked interesting pick of the week?
I mean, if you've been driving on 95 at all the past couple of weeks, you've probably seen a big old sign with a big old pig on it because it is time for the Washington County Fair. Now,
Makes me think of bacon.
Right? You and I, of course, are lifelong Rhode Islanders, and I need to ask you something, Ben. Have you been to the Washington County Fair in your life?
I have. I went 2 years ago.
Really?
With Susan, yes.
There you go.
We went on a weekend whim. She was in this summer fair kick, and we went. It was great.
It is great. It is great. It's funny when I talk to Rhode Islanders, if you're from the Washington County area, that Chariho area, that South County area that's kind of tucked, it's like that special area that gets to have beaches that not a lot of people know about, that whole Charleston area. If you're from there, you go to the Washington County Fair. Your kids might be students who are showing off the nicest cow at the Washington County Fair. But if you're north of, say, East Greenwich, I find a lot of people haven't actually been. So this is going to be your big push, guys. To be a true Rhode Islander, if this needs to be on the Rhode Islander bucket list. We've talked about the Rhode Island bucket list a few times and things that people need to do. You need to go to the Washington County Fair. Lucky for you, it's going the 15th through the 19th. It's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. This is a great New England tradition. It's been going on for over 50 years. It's the largest agricultural event in Rhode Island, one of the biggest things that actually happens in Rhode Island, and of course is a great venue for today's country music stars.
Yeah, they have had a number of big artists come through there. Of course, obviously Billy Gilman's performed down there, but I remember past years they've had Phil Vassar there. I think they had Montgomery Gentry years back. They've had a ton of of big name artists come there
Yes.
throughout the years. Who's there this year? Do we know?
Let's see. I'll pull that on up. But before I get to see that, I mean, they're going to be having New England's largest traveling roller coaster. So if you're a roller coaster person, you want to check that out. Let's see. So opening act is Jimmy Connor Music. So that would have happened on Wednesday. Let's see. It's Thursday's the date that this comes out. Sawyer Brown.
Oh, Sawyer Brown.
On Friday, Lanco.
All right.
And Saturday, the Ultra, Mickey LaMantia, Stephanie Quayle. And then on Sunday, Wildy, I think that's how you say it, and Morgan Evans.
Nice. That's a great lineup.
Right? Wonderful lineup. So you're going to have tons of entertainment, great things to eat. There is a kiddie land area. There are agricultural events and shows. There's going to be tractor and horse pulls.
You got to see the tractor pulls. They have the mini tractors. Oh, you got to bring Reese down there. He's going to want to cut your grass forever after that. They have the kids driving the mini tractors. It's great.
You know, one of my favorite things, this is going to sound so funny, but being someone who wasn't raised on a farm, one of my favorite things to do is see these like ginormous squashes, like the biggest. They give these awards. I mean, it's an agricultural fair, so you're going to see like these giant zucchinis and giant squashes. And one of my favorite things to do is to go either early in the week or then like right on Sunday, because right on Sunday, you know, some of those items they are a little past their prime, so it's kind of fun to see it as like a science experiment to see what happens to fresh produce that isn't covered in like the gross stuff that a lot of supermarkets do. You're going to see like what actual produce coming straight from the ground has looked like. But yeah, I mean, you're going to be able to eat giant turkey legs. There's tons of vendors there. So honestly, guys, if you have not yet been to the Washington County Fair, you're going to see all sorts of Rhode Islanders that you might not even known existed. If you didn't know that we had some straight up country folk who take their cows and their produce seriously, head on down, because this state packs a punch and it has a lot of agricultural things that they're proud of.
Check it out. It's happening this weekend.
All weekend.
We got the links for you up at the website. That's our wicked interesting pick of the week, ladies and gentlemen. And now, here is the wicked fun in the 401. Of course, what would be a summer weekend without food trucks and great music? I am talking about the final installation of the Warren Summer Concert Series. Mm-hmm. Yes, unfortunately, the Warren Summer Concert Series, August 19th, this Sunday at 5 p.m. It is the final installation of that at Burrs Park. Starts at 5 o'clock, goes till 8 o'clock. And, you know, they've had a ton of great performers there over the summer. This is the last one. Atwater Donnelly will be performing there. Great musicians, talented. They kind of got a folksy country summer.
Cool.
It's perfect. It's perfect Sunday night music. Mm-hmm. And there are going to be more than over 10 different food trucks there. There'll be other vendors there as well. The beauty of this is you can walk, bike, jog, or drive. You can get there many different ways. And it's right on the bike path. Burrs Park is right on the bike path. Yep. There is plenty of room to walk around. There's a baseball field. There's a tennis court. There are hills. Now, folks, I am not a parent, but I have nieces and nephews. I have babysat many, many times. Those hills will tire your child out. Let them run up and down and up and down and up and down as many times as they want. Pro tip, bring the PJs, change them in the car, put them in the car, drive them home, boom, in bed. As soon as they go home, Monday will be better than it ever has been.
Amen.
But this is happening again on Sunday, the 19th. It's the final installation. It's a great event. The admission is free. And don't forget, food trucks, you know, our good buddy Eric over there at PVD Food Truck Events, they have all verified, bona fide, certified, wonderful food trucks that are coming through, okay? These are trucks that have inspections and are very healthy and delicious. They accept cash, credit, and debit, so no worries there. Come on down. It's Sunday at Burrs Park in Warren. What else we got going on?
So, you know, a lot of the topics that we've talked about all summer long have been things that have repeated every week. But as the summers we're, winding down, we're not going to be having as many. Just like this Warren Summer Concert Series. This is the last one. Well, don't worry, guys, because I have an event for you that's going to be happening every single Thursday until October 18th. It's called Fab Nights, and it's taking place at the Steel Yard. So this is how they're going to start prepping for their Halloween iron pour, which we've mentioned on Wicked Rhody before. It's an amazingly cool, eclectic event that takes place right around Halloween, but it takes a lot of planning, designing, and fabricating to pull off the event. So they need help. So every Thursday, they're going to be having these Fab Nights. They need welders and fabricators. And if you have no metalworking skills, if those words that I just said to you blow your mind, no problem, because they're still going to have people who need to help out with wood and paint. So as long as you're willing to lend a hand, you're going to be bringing this Jurassic fantasy to life. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There's a hint as to what the Steel Yard's iron pour is going to be about this year with the word Jurassic.
Sorry. That's
oh my gosh, please. No, it's a great event to bring friends to. If you're under the age of 18, you do need to have a signed permission slip from a parent guardian to help. Of course, wear comfortable clothes, closed-toed shoes, snacks, water bottle. But if you're someone who maybe you moved to the area recently, maybe you are just looking for some new friends, maybe you are single and looking to mingle, or maybe you just want to do something a little artistic and you want to get your hands on some different types of, mediums. This is a great way to help out, work with a very cool organization, get to meet some new people, and be a part of the iron pour. Even if you can just go one Thursday night to go, and then maybe you can show back up at the Halloween iron pour and see your work put to good use. But volunteers are definitely needed for this event, and it's every Thursday through October 18th.
Hey, it's scary to say this too, but we have less than 10 games left at the Paw Sox.
What?
Less than 10, yeah. Matter of fact, earlier this week, thanks to Mother Nature, thank you, Mother Nature, we played 3 games in less than 24 hours.
What? At what time of day did these poor players and yourself have to be working?
So on Tuesday, we played a doubleheader because Monday it rained. Mm-hmm. So Tuesday we started a game at 5 o'clock. That went from 5 to 7:30.
Okay.
There was about a 20-minute changeover where they have to restripe the field, repound the mound and make everything all nice.
Yep.
Started game 2 at just around 8 o'clock. We ended that one just around 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Everybody went home, went to bed.
Quick games.
Went to bed, woke up the next day, back at the ball field for 10 a.m. for a game time on Wednesday of noon, which is a camp day. The park is just loaded with kids from camps. We get a lot of senior homes and, they come out during the day. It's a wonderful afternoon at the ballpark. That was Wednesday at 12 o'clock. So, in less than 24 hours, 3 games.
You needed all of the electrolytes, I assume.
I needed multiple lights. I needed night lights. I needed day lights. My
goodness.
Yeah.
So 10 games are left, though, now.
Yeah, so now we have, if you're listening to this on Thursday morning when it first comes out, we have 9 games left, and it's going to be an exciting weekend at the ballpark. Tonight, the Pawtucket Red Sox are not playing on the Thursday. No, it's the Pawtucket Hot Wieners. That's right. We are changing the name of the team for one night only. A lot of teams around you're allowed to do this. You're allowed for one game to change the name to a novelty theme. So my brother-in-law who lives up in Rochester, New York, they named their team the Garbage Plates, which is a signature Rochester dish.
Cool.
It's like everything you can imagine, all in one plate. So it's just this week, this one time we have Thursday, August 16th, the Pawtucket Hot Wieners. We got a new logo. We've got awesome gear that has been flying off the shelves. And, we're allowed to do this because, minor league baseball says, okay, have some fun, create some different kind of merch to get out there and show the people. And that's what we've done. So that is Thursday night. On Friday night, Mo Vaughn bobblehead night. Bobblehead night. Mo Vaughn bobblehead night. I'll try that again. Mo Vaughn bobblehead night. Trust me, folks, I speak for a living. Friday night. Mo Vaughn was huge when I was growing up.
Yes.
They used to on their little LED board, which only had one color lights, it was those carnival worn out sun stained yellow lights. Mm-hmm. would put up their "Let's Go Mo," and then they would invert the color so the lights were off, but everything around it was lit, and people used to chant "Let's go Mo, let's go Mo." That is on Friday night. So last year we actually inducted him into the Hall of Fame. Saturday, Bruce Springsteen fireworks.
Very cool.
There you go. After the game, there will be a fireworks show set to the music of Bruce Springsteen. It's going to be awesome. On Sunday, as always, before the game, from noon to 12:30, it is a game of catch. You can come onto the field, free. Check it out. Pre-game on the outfield right there where the Paw Sox will be playing. Play catch with your family and your friends. You'll also get a free baseball card set with all the team this year.
Yep.
And then after the game, you can run the bases. So you start on the grass, you go have the game, and then you come down, get all dirty, then we send you home.
I love it.
So it's all happening this weekend. And then after that, folks, after this weekend, there are only 5 games left.
Wow.
There's a short 3-game homestand the last weekend of August, and then the Sunday and Monday of Labor Day weekend. And that's it. We is done for the year.
Love it.
And everybody will focus back on Boston because they're doing amazing.
Doing really
What's
well.
going on? What else do we have going on this weekend?
So the South County Chamber Orchestra, you and I, of course, love to give little shout outs to local musicians of all different types of music. And the South County Chamber Orchestra is another community group. You all know I talk a lot about the American Band. It's the wind ensemble that I play in. A lot of my friends who went to URI and just have moved to the South County area, they take place in this orchestra on Sunday night, actually Sunday evening from 4 to 5. A nice short concert. It's going to be free. They're going to be playing an all Beethoven concert. They're going to be having Symphony No. 3, which is called Eroica, which is one of my favorite pieces by Beethoven. If you are listening and you're going to be going to work later today or just want to have some music to listen to while you focus or while you're driving, definitely listen to Eroica. It's Eroica. That's by Beethoven, or the Overture to the Creatures of Prometheus, which I'm not as familiar with. But this is just going to be taking place in Narragansett. We have the address on our website, but this is just a great group, and it's actually led by Dr. Brian Cardenet, who you got to interview on Carpooling with Ben, who actually is also the same conductor from my ensemble, the American Band.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so in the summer he stays down by the beaches and conducts an orchestra, and then in the fall through spring he comes up north to conduct his wind ensemble as well. And he's of course a professor at URI, but that's the South County Chamber Orchestra. Great amount of musicians in that. Sunday from 4 to 5, a free concert. And if your kids are interested in playing orchestra music or play instruments in the orchestra, this is a great concert because of its time frame, because it's free, to definitely check on out.
There you go. This week, Wicked Family Friendly. It's the final installation of the free summer children's performances. This week featuring Mr. Vinny over there at Slater Park. It's a night of bubbles. Bubbles. Children will be in awe to see Mr. Vinny. He's got these most amazing bubble creations. It's a fun, interactive show. Of course, the free children's performances have been happening every Tuesday night this summer. This is the final one because guess what, kids? Time to go back to school.
It's so true.
Pride Hyundai of Seekonk has been sponsoring. They've been awesome at bringing this to you. It's totally free. And again, if the weather is less than ideal on Tuesday night, they'll just move it indoors. Next door, they have a little pavilion there where they can do it in the event of rain. So no worries. It is rain or shine. It's a wonderful event. It is the free summer children's performances featuring Mr. Vinny this week, Tuesday, August 21st at 6 p.m., presented by Pride Hyundai of Seekonk, Massachusetts, and the Pawtucket Parks and Rec Department. Is that it?
That's it, my friends.
The end of the show. Well,
the
folks,
end.
As we said in the beginning about a lot of things, including Aerosmith and how lucky they are in Texas not to have, how lucky we are here in Rhode Island to have TF Green Airport. Everything we talked about today, all the events can be found on our website, wickedrhodeypodcast.com.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. And listen, if you are posting photos in and around Rhode Island that you want other people to see, if you're proud of your photo, if you take great pride in these gorgeous shots that you take, use the hashtag Wicked Rhody, because we're keeping our eyes on that hashtag, and we'll be able to possibly reshare your photo. One of the best things you can do to get the word out about our podcast. So because of podcasts, the best way to spread it is actually word of mouth, is if you take a screenshot while you're listening to this podcast right now, unless you're driving, maybe you can do it a little later, take a screenshot and actually share it in your Instagram stories or your Facebook stories. It's a really fun, hip way to let people know about the podcast, let them know they can see it on their phone, and it does us a nice little favor. So thank you so much for listening and for sharing.
For advertising and sponsorship information, you can email us at wickedroadypodcast@gmail.com. Get your message right into the earbuds of your listeners.
The earbuds? And the earbuds?
AirPods. I have the AirPods. So the
You're
Apple
fancy.
ones.
You're fancy.
It's good. I like it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Love it. Well, until next time, folks, I'm Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro.
And you've been listening to Wicked Rhody. We'll have more for you next Thursday.
On your air or ear or here or there. Everywhere.